Welcome back to Ancient Knowledge, and welcome Sagittarians, my beautiful Sagittarians. This is your reading out of our segment of the Tropical versus Sidereal readings, and this is a challenge we're doing right now. So whether you identify as a Sagittarius in the Tropical Astrology, having been born November 22nd through December 21st, or whether you identify with the Sidereal Astrology of Sagittarius, having been born December 16th through January 14th. Either way, this reading is for you. Just a reminder, the challenge that we are doing is that once I have completed all the way through Pisces, that those of you viewing have listened to the 2 readings out of 12 that may affect you, what you've either traditionally identified with or what you haven't traditionally identified with, and tell me which one really resonates the most. That's really what this challenge is about, okay? We will be doing further sidereal readings. We will be doing readings with the 13 signs, things like that. But we're taking it one step at a time and kind of introducing everybody to the sidereal or sidereal, depending on how you choose to pronounce it, astrology, which is not the most commonly used at this time in our Western world. If you'd like any more information on that, just click one of the links below where we have those people who really can give you the basic information on the differences in tropical and sidereal. Okay? Now, Sagittarius, I am going to pull you 4 cards as we have been traditionally doing from our Wildwood Tarot deck. 4 cards on top, then we will clarify them with 2 to 3 cards from our Unknown Wild Tarot, followed by 1 or 2 cards from our Good Tarot. First card I am pulling is Ace of Stones, and we'll talk about these in just a moment. Then we have the 7 of Arrows. Interesting, interesting. We have the Knight of Arrows, and you want to come out. The 11, the Woodward. The Woodward. All right, folks. Let me set these cards down. Let's talk about these just a little bit. Okay. And Ace of Stones. First of all, in this deck, stones are very much like pentacles or earth, coins, if you will. So the Ace of Stones looks to me like that is a very, it says the foundation of life. But I'm going to tell you, folks, the very first thing that I see is a huge cocoon. I see a huge cocoon, which speaks very loudly to me because we are, as human beings, somewhat in a cocoon state, a metamorphosis state, if you will, such as a butterfly might be at this time. So, I see there very clearly, Sagittarius, as you beginning a journey, one of your, well, your last actually, because it goes fire, water, air, earth. And so you are starting out on earth right now in your cocoon. You jump to the 7 of Arrows, insecurity. Well, yes, you're fearful right now. My goodness, and look at this poor lady. These arrows are all about her. All about her. But know this, the archer is a very good aim. And the archer does not actually pierce her skin. There is no blood. So it's okay to be fearful. And I understand with the 7 of Arrows. Okay. And arrows are that fire. Okay. Arrows are fire. Bows being the directors of that fire, being more of a wand. And in this case, it certainly looks like both have worked together. But this is just your fears. This is just your insecurities. Have some faith, because on the flip side of your reading, literally you go from the 7 to the Knight. To the Knight. Well, the Knight doesn't look too worried, does he? He. The Knight's represented by a hawk. A hawk sees from a very high viewpoint. A hawk gets that 1,000-yard stare, if you will. A hawk is not down in the trenches trying to figure it out. And that's all this is. So Sag, you're coming out of your cocoon. I understand you're fearful. Wow, it's scary jungle out here. But take a look above all of it and see what's really going on. In fact, you might like it well enough to continue to sit above it. And notice, in a lot of decks, this is traditionally the Strength card. Okay? In some decks, it's changed around a little bit. And it can even be Lovers in a couple of decks I've come across. But what I'm seeing right here is definitely the Strength. He means business. He's wearing, gosh, it looks a little bit like the lemur that we saw in one of the other readings. He's holding in his right hand a cup, which is feeling, emotion. He's holding in his left hand a wand. So he's also got control of that. He's got, is that a lemur, guys? I'm thinking it might be. But he has definitely made a pet. But of course, would you not be by his side as well if you see what he's wearing, right? So there has been a struggle here, folks, for these two to come together. And I think we know who has been determined to be the alpha dog here. So you've got this, Sagittarius. You've got this. Let's see if we can get a little more clarification on this. And this is you, by the way, producing in the material. I mean, that's what this is about. We start out with the Ace of Stones. We emerge with the Seven of Arrows, insecurity, right? Then we step above the whole thing with the Hawk. And then we decide, you know what, maybe the view's better up here. He's obviously been down on the ground. He's conquered. He's made friends. Or at least allies, right? I think we've decided to work together there. So let's see what we've got. Here's the first thing that jumps out. Oh, wow. Beautiful. I'm pulling another one over here. Death. Not too scary, really. Not too scary. Everybody wants to think, no, not everybody, but a lot of people get a death. They see the death card or the devil card or tower card or whatever it is, and they think, oh my God, this is beautiful. Excuse me. This is beautiful. This just confirms to me that you're getting ready. This is a death. This is a metamorphosis. This is a death of one. When a butterfly, when a caterpillar goes into the metamorphosis stage, into a cocoon, it is changing. It is dying as a caterpillar, but being reborn then as a butterfly. Well, this is just confirmation that you are dying as, quite frankly, as something of no consequence, as nothing more than what every part of you that's taken you to get to be who you are now and the journey that you're taking, that is transforming, that is going through a death and reemerging, okay? And when you reemerge, trust me, this is what's on the journey, all right? And these two cards over here are verified by the another 4. 4 is stability, folks. You have 4 cups down here on the bottom. There's 4 cups which can actually, the mouse can actually fit across and stabilize itself. It's foundational. You are building this foundation. You've been building this foundation, okay? So although there may be this sensation there for a moment, just jump over to this guy here and then to this guy here upon the foundation that you're building. Now, this is something to do with your coins, with your earth. So it's your work, it's your creativity, it's your finances. You're ready to be seen. And let's just get one more card, Sagittarius, that kind of gives us an overall confirmation of this thing. We're going to pull a card out of the Good Tarot. And I'm just going like this, unless Spirit tells me otherwise. Ace of Air. Okay, folks, pretty blatant here. Here you go, Sagittarius. You are the ace, which is the initiate of air, which is your intentional thought processes, your will, Okay? It's your will. Thy will be done. Right? It's this guy. Love you, Sagittarius. Hope you enjoyed the reading. We will be back shortly with the Capricorn reading of our challenge of tropical versus sidereal or sidereal. Hey, folks, give me your opinion on that. Those of you that are probably, there may be some of you out there more familiar than I am. What is the proper? I like both. I think they both speak to what it is. Sidereal, sidereal. I don't know. You tell me. Love you. Bye.